Warning! Spoilers! Are we going? Are we goers?
I've been trying.
We're goers. All right. Well, hey there. Welcome back to the Talkies. Today we are talking about a talkie, which is another word for a movie. And today's movie was an independent movie from A24 and the creator of The Witch.
The
Lighthouse.
This movie does have sound in it.
No, it doesn't.
It is a talkie.
Yes, that's why it's a talkie, because
Wait, this had sound?
the
Yeah, did you
pictures
notice
both
that?
moved and talked.
Wait, because what I saw was a silent film.
Talking pictures? It did look like a silent film, actually.
Yeah.
It kind of did, actually.
Yeah.
It was shot in 12 frames a second, right?
Anyway, this was a movie indeed.
So yeah, I watched The Witch when it came out because it was really, really hyped up for me.
It sure was.
I've never seen it.
Your
I've
loss?
never seen it.
It is a loss. It's a very worthwhile movie to watch.
I didn't like it at all. I had very strong feelings about it when I saw it because I just didn't buy into any of it. Though the goat was cool.
I haven't seen it.
I think you might like it more
If I rewatch it,
Yeah.
I'm tempted to
The
rewatch
hype
it.
was a big problem. It's actually
old
not
were you?
bad.
How old was I?
Yeah. Dude, how long ago was this?
2 years?
2016 or something.
So you were you were
I
very
was,
young.
yeah, I was very much younger. So now I've matured a lot more.
Right. Hey, you should watch it again.
But I loved this one. I loved it.
You know what? I loved this movie too. Loved it a lot. How about you, D?
I'd give it a strong, very strong.
Not quite a love, but
Yeah,
I see.
yeah. It's very.
I
close
respect
to love.
that.
It's very close to love.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I did love Defoe.
Oh my
Just,
gosh.
He just like the best.
It was
character.
pretty amazing to see him own a movie
Yeah.
because he's a character actor. He always plays supporting roles almost in everything
Right.
I've ever seen him in.
Right.
And he tends to be a part of the ensemble.
Yeah.
You know, so seeing him in the spotlight, he had more speaking parts than
He had a bigger
Robert
spotlight, I
Pattinson
think.
did.
than
Yeah,
Robert did.
and he was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to memorize the monologue he gave.
Yeah, that was
a crazy monologue.
amazing.
Yeah, where he says, "Hark, hark, Neptune."
That was amazing. That was quite great.
You know what? You piss that guy off, he gets eloquent. I mean, eloquent. He's like this toothless old man who's just barking and annoying and grouchy. But then you really piss him off, he becomes a freaking poet.
Just a poet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the words that he says are just amazing.
I like his language throughout the whole thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, he never, ever stopped. Like, even when the character is drunk and everything, he still speaks in the same
Yeah, he
kinds of
still
lines.
has. It's like he has like varying degrees of intensity
Right.
of it. You know, he like reels it back for
Right.
casual conversation. But then like when he's in like fight mode, he just unleashes a barrage of the most intimidating. Like if he was saying that stuff to me, like I would feel destroyed. Like I'd be like, oh my god, man.
Verbally and poetically destroyed.
Yeah, just obliterated.
Yeah. Cool character.
Absolutely.
Freaking loved it.
I did not know I needed that in my life. Defoe playing the Seaman character. That was awesome to see him. See, Defoe has a very distinctive look.
Yeah.
You know, and to see him with that full beard just screams sea captain.
Yeah, it does.
And it looks so.
He looks like he was carved out of wood.
Yeah. He looks like a caricature like toy.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. And the way his voice sounds, the way his movement, his look, all of it.
Yep.
It's awesome.
And he happens to be an amazing actor.
He does. So at the very beginning of the film, when the first frame came up and you see the aspect ratio, what went through my head was, oh, I get it. It's a movie about people stuck on a little island in a lighthouse and they're claustrophobic, and we're going to use this aspect ratio. It's going to make everything feel crowded and more claustrophobic. And then the movie did that really well. And then in the movie, I'm like, damn, it does feel more claustrophobic. This is actually really effective.
That's interesting. I didn't have that feeling that the movie was claustrophobic.
Man, I felt very crowded many times.
The shots, I think the shot choices were amazing.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, they were.
I'm not sure if the aspect ratio played that role, at least for me. But I love the shot choices. Like the idea, the very first establishing shot where they show the bedroom and the guy bumps his head as soon as he gets in, like that was unbelievable. And as soon as we hear the guy pissing as he's coming in, it's like so good just to show the how shrunk everything is. Yeah,
the aspect ratio for me definitely played a part in like being cramped, but more so for me, it made me. I felt like I was in a time and place because of that aspect ratio and the black and white.
I did too. The black and white was huge.
The
for me.
way they shot it too. I mean, these very, very dramatic shots you see
Right.
in movies from the 50s and 60s
Yeah.
that you don't see anymore.
Yeah, they do hard shadows and
Very hard shadows.
and
Yep.
shadows on the wall, and they even did, I think, real like crane shots, like where some other people would put like a drone in. I think they did cranes.
I loved all the surreal elements where we're sort of blending his dreams with visions and
Yeah, it
going
was
mad.
strange.
Some of that stuff was just so creative.
I wanted them to do more. I felt like I didn't feel like they reeled it in, but I didn't feel like he was going mad. I felt like he was just drunk. He never felt mad to me until the very end.
It gave me the sensation of losing grip. Like that I think that was the point. Was it was just little bits here and there because it's making you yourself question. Oh wait, did he actually find a head in that basket, or is he going crazy?
Yeah,
I was also losing track of time. Time
that too.
And place a little bit, like where I almost couldn't tell where one scene would end and another would begin. At sometimes it was obvious, but like, and certain scenes, the way they flow together was very like I felt like I was missing a beat, you know?
Yeah, I think
which was really interesting.
That was interesting. The editing was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I did like how they did that. I don't know if that's just not my taste or whatnot, but like the surreal elements themselves were really interesting. Like the part where he finds himself on top of the lighthouse. And then turns around and is in like the eye spotlight of a naked Defoe.
That was wild.
Yeah, that was really
wild. And they weren't on the lighthouse anymore. They were like out on the rocks.
Right. Yeah. So something like that was like really cool, just that shot.
Yeah.
But then how it played into the movie, it didn't seem to weave itself in for any obvious reason to me. And it's not that it needs a logical reason, but I like to think that, it's because it's because he's seeing visions, or it's because he's losing grip on reality. To hear it just felt like an interesting shot that they stuck in the movie, and to me it didn't feel like it played any part on his psyche.
Yeah, I definitely felt like it played a part on his psyche and in his relationship with this person, and how that whole dynamic mixed with him, kind of slowly descending into a cabin fever sort of thing.
I also feel like the movie chose to never be definitive in exactly what was going on. There were times
it never did.
There were times where it felt like Defoe's character really was the guardian of some supernatural secret up there.
Yeah.
And then times where that seemed like that was the paranoia inside of the other character's head. And I like that we don't know which is which, because that's the audience going crazy with the character.
Yeah.
Because the character doesn't get that information either.
Not my fave.
We all know.
Hey
I knew that when I was watching it, actually. I was thinking about that. During some of those moments, I was like, that's awesome. Dee's not going to like that.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I had the exact opposite response. Was I looked at it, I'm like, oh, geez, these guys are going to gush. Like, this was amazing. I'm like, yeah, well.
Yep, that's how I felt. It was amazing.
That's great.
I love that stuff.
Great.
I love that stuff. I liked him going completely mad, looking inside of the lighthouse.
I love that
blew
shot.
my mind.
Dude,
The audio.
Obliterated my mind, the audio there, that distortion.
Yeah.
Like, that was actually quite scary to me.
Yeah.
It was,
I was
very
frightened.
bizarre because that was like an audio effect that is certainly a more modern technique.
Yeah.
It's a modern sound
Well, it's also
coming
a
out
sound
of
you
a
don't-
film that's very stylized to be old.
and it's a
looking.
sound you don't really hear in movies at all. Like
Not on
it's
purpose.
Not on
intensely-
purpose, right?
Intensely abrasive.
Yeah.
And just blown out.
And it makes you like conscious of the presence of microphones.
Yeah, because it is
That's
like
what you're
a
hearing is a blown out
microphone,
mic.
It's a blown out
you know?
mic, right?
I
Yeah.
love that. That was so visceral to me.
It feels cheap to me. I really enjoyed it when it happened, but I felt like it wasn't. I don't know. It was risky. It was definitely risky because no one does that, and so that was really cool that they did it. But it did feel cheap.
I love that the lighthouse stopped and then opened.
So during
Yeah,
that shot,
was cool too.
Yeah.
did you guys see during that shot? Because I don't know if I'm like imagining this, but I'm pretty certain this what happened. Is his face was completely covered in blood
Yeah.
when he crawled up.
Yeah.
And then it dried when he reached in
It did.
to the place, like it gradually dried.
Yeah. It almost looked like he was going to morph into something else entirely.
Yeah. And then they had I think they like rotoscoped like parts, like
There was weird stuff going on with his face.
his
I didn't know what it was.
his mouth when he would open it had like a white
And I felt like his beard came in thicker all of a sudden. Like,
yeah. So like there were some that shot I didn't understand how they did that.
it was
The
bizarre.
inside of his mouth was like overexposed.
Right. And so that part was really cool. But I mean, like the blood dried and the blood on his shirt dried.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did you?
When he came up, he was completely covered.
Yeah. And then he was just kind of covered after.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like it wasn't that obvious because it didn't come off all the way. So I don't know if it was
It's
actually
really noticeable
intentional.
to me.
Yeah.
I felt like it had to have been intentional.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was amazing how they pulled that off. I have no idea how they pulled that
That
off.
was wild.
Zero idea.
That was really wild. I don't know how they pulled off all the bird stuff.
Yeah, that was really
Unless
crazy
that was
too.
like a trained seagull,
right.
It had to have been. Like
right? Like
it had just had to.
that's
have been.
not CGI and it's not a puppet.
There's sometimes I think it was.
There were a couple shots where I thought it was a puppet.
Yeah, and CGI.
Some quicker shots.
Yeah.
When he's bludgeoning it to death.
That's a real. That's a real
bird.
seagull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of
It actually
amazing.
looks like a real seagull.
did.
Whatever he's whacking.
Hey,
on
it
that
didn't
thing.
have the PETA statement at the end.
Yeah. I know you haven't seen The Witch, but in The Witch,
Spoiler.
there's a goat in it.
Don't tell me about it.
It moves.
God damn it. It moves?
It's
Yeah.
very realistic. It actually may be a real goat.
It's true, yeah. let me just put it this way. This director can get a hell of a performance out of an animal.
He's an animal whisperer.
All right.
He's Dr. Doolittle.
He is.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson was great in it.
Yes, he was. It's
I didn't
funny
like his acting.
because, well, I was going to say I think it's the best performance I've seen out of him, but he's
See, that's
also
what-
given some bad performances.
See, that's what like I don't know what else I've seen
Yeah.
him do.
I thought he was amazing in this.
Yeah, I thought he was really good. I thought it was his best performance. I also felt like he was a bit outshined
Yeah.
by Defoe.
I was worried that I was going to feel that, but I didn't as much. Like, I didn't think you... Like, I think Defoe's performance is definitely better, but, like, I think if it was a lesser actor in Pattinson's role, it would have been much worse.
That might be true.
I think it's a connection with drunk people that I just hate on screen because I don't ever feel like they're acting, but obviously you have to be, and you have to be really good at it to make a believable performance, which he was very believable. I mean, like, I never once questioned, that he was out of his mind. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. Didn't connect with me. What was the scene where suddenly Defoe was a dog?
Yeah.
That was basically Pattinson's character had just bludgeoned him into submission, right, into complete submission, and they were reverting to the rules of the sea, which is establishing dominance. If you take over a ship, right, you establish dominance violently and subdue your enemies, humiliate them.
Is this just inferred? On our part?
Yeah. That's a thing. That is a thing.
Well, yeah, submission's a thing.
And
I just mean like specifically telling him to bark and then crawl on all fours. He didn't tell him to crawl on all fours.
well, yeah, but I think that's inferred that that's what happened because the next shot he's out. There was a passage of time there.
And then he has a rope
Yeah.
tied to his neck.
Yeah.
Like a leash.
Yeah.
And said, "Come on, boy." It didn't feel. It felt like I don't know what you call it. I don't know. It didn't feel like part of the movie.
Oh.
I guess that's what it is.
It all made sense. It made sense to me because both characters were rather unhinged at the moment anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. At that moment, really anything could have happened in the movie, and I think it could have been like.
I think we crossed that threshold like 2/3 of the way in.
Yeah.
Like it got to a point where you could expect almost anything to come out of either of those people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a moment when they're embracing and they almost kiss.
Yeah.
And I
that
remember,
was wild.
And I remember thinking that like it wouldn't have felt weird if they like full on had sex.
Yeah,
At
I was
this
wondering
point.
if they're gonna go.
Yeah, but
I
that
kind of thought it might go that direction.
That sounds believable to me.
Yeah.
You know? That not the whole dog thing seems out of left field. I could definitely see him succumbing to this submission behavior.
Yeah.
You know, and I could totally see that happening. But it seems like everyone agreed on the rules right then and there, and we're now playing by him. And to me, that just it went too quickly. Like we're now doing this, and I don't know. I wasn't there with it.
Shame.
It is a shame, isn't it? I really liked going into the movie thinking that it was going to be a dynamic between two characters the whole time. I really liked the first act a lot, where we had one character who was slowly becoming maddened being next to this other character, and vice versa. You know, they both really didn't like each other, and then they grew to like each other, and then they started falling apart again. And I really like that dynamic of this up and down thing, to where they're just beating each other up at the end, and those parts were really cool to me. And the surreal parts got in the way of that to me.
Oh.
Which is interesting. I really like the drama in it. The drama was really cool.
I think if there's any surreal elements ever in a movie,
Yeah.
it gets in the way for you.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not totally. Like, we made a movie that has a surreal element in it.
That's true.
And I like that. I like it quite a bit.
You're biased.
Well, sure, absolutely, yeah. I think everyone's biased when it comes to that kind of stuff.
What about like the man who killed Don Quixote?
Yeah.
I know you didn't like.
No, yeah, that one
much.
that got pretty nutso at the end.
Yeah.
It got nutso. We already
I
talked
thought you
about
liked that
one.
movie a lot though.
I did like it. That one felt like it was more in the behavior of the movie. Like, okay, like Mother. Come back to that movie.
There you go.
That movie is a movie that had elements that just didn't belong whatsoever, but
Yeah.
completely belonged because the direction was there. Like, there was one full vision that I completely was on board and understood the entire time, and was never ever was like questioning why. It was just perfect.
I like the questioning. You know, like I
Of
like
why this is in the film.
Yeah, I like being perplexed at
See,
things. You know?
that pulls me out of the movie, though.
Yeah.
You know,
I know.
If I have to think about why is this scene in here, that suddenly I'm outside, I'm no longer inside. Like, I was inside the lighthouse that whole first act into the second act. I was super down to earth with these characters, even if something nuts happened, like the punching when the tentacles came out and he turned into the king. Like, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and because I'm picturing it as if it's going through this guy's mind as he's punching him, and when the dude was masturbating and he saw the mermaid and the mix between the mermaid and the guy he killed, like, both at the same time. I really like that image because it's, again, it makes sense of these links that are happening. But then the more surreal elements that don't have a connection to the world, that just feel disjointed, now pull me out of the movie, and I'm going, oh wait, why was that there? Shit, now Now I'm not in it anymore, and now I'm questioning logic. And I'm like, I don't like doing that. It's just not fun.
I like doing that.
You like questioning the film itself?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I mean, like, not necessarily in like, because my instinct is not to go like, oh, why is this here? They're making a mistake.
Yeah,
It's what am I not getting? And then trying to understand that.
Right.
That's what I like to do.
Yeah, well, that's what I was doing with the naked Defoe
Yeah.
part. I was because that's a strong image. I was like, I really like that. And at the very end too, when he's screaming, and the very end when he's naked, getting eaten by the seagulls, all that stuff, I wanted to understand, and I wanted so much to understand, and I just couldn't.
And I also tend to just accept things in movies.
Yeah.
If a movie is of a certain level of quality, I usually just accept everything, even if like it gets completely wild. And that's just kind of how I turn my brain off, you know.
Yeah, well, for me, for this film, I was able to buy in completely to the experience.
Yeah.
You often differentiate between experience and story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like making the story pieces all fit together for me became a very secondary motivation in this film. Like I just felt like I was in for the ride, and I really sort of placed myself in the movie and was like kind of enjoying the sensation of losing my mind with the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so was I.
Spiraling out.
I
of
really
control.
like that.
I wasn't an observer on the outside.
Yeah.
I was like, we're all going crazy together here.
In Mother, I was that way. It's not the surreal elements, like I said, that draws me out. It's the implementation of them that gets me out of the movie.
Right.
But I like experiences, and the visual experiences especially.
Yeah. Wow. And plateau. Now what? Where do we go from here?
Black and white movies, wow.
You know, what was cool about this was I really enjoyed the black and white.
So did I.
There was never there are other black and white movies I think that I've watched and I get used to it after a while, and then every now and then my brain snaps back. Oh, this is black and white. This one I was just completely in it. Like I didn't ever question.
Yeah, like I would for this movie I couldn't imagine it any other way other than black and white and 4x3.
Well, you know what's funny, when we drove on the way over and you showed me that picture of the
Lighthouse
lighthouse thing, yeah, and you mentioned its color, and I didn't even think. I was like, oh yeah, that movie wasn't in color. I didn't even think.
It actually disappointed me to see it in color because the glass is kind of amber hued.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I've interpreted it differently because of it's black and white.
Yeah.
You know, I saw it as being like very like diamond clear crystal. You know,
That's interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, I really like that choice. I really also like the shot choices here too. The mise en scene.
Dude, yeah.
Was awesome.
Straight up, like, composition in this movie was amazing.
It was really
just
good.
amazing.
Yeah, really, really good.
I think square composition, you know, when you have that aspect ratio, like you can do different
4x3.
4x3.
Not 1x1.
You can do different. Sorry, you're right. You can do interesting things with composition.
Yeah. I learned my first film class was all about 4x3 composition, and learned a lot of really cool stuff there that I haven't seen applied to movies much since then because everything was widescreen.
Right.
But yeah, I really like the stuff they did. One of my favorite shots in this movie. It was funny. One of the things I talk about that things that draw me out of the movie are things that happen that are in contrast with a bunch of other things that had happened. Right. So like, there's a camera move in here where Robert Pattinson is wheeling this cart of coal or whatever, and he's coming across the screen, and he starts on the right side, going to the left, and then the camera, right when he gets to about halfway, the camera pans, and it goes to the house, and I was like, that was weird. I'm suddenly aware there's a camera.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't following any action, but there was a different camera move that was very, very, very disjointed that actually brought me into the movie more, and it was after he killed the seagull. And the thing was, at this point in the movie that you are not supposed to kill a seagull, says Defoe. And so as soon as he does it, you're expecting something to happen, and the music was insane at that part where it's just like huge stings, and suddenly the camera whips away to nowhere, over to the lighthouse itself, and then climbs the lighthouse all the way up to the weather vane. And I was like, I love that shot so much.
Well,
it's really interesting.
What that shot did to me, I thought about that shot a lot during the movie.
Yeah.
Was that for the fast whip pan straight to the bricks of the lighthouse. So that's all you could see. It filled the whole frame.
Right.
And then it was slowly moving up. You couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
Right. And he just did something he wasn't supposed to do. And we locked the audience into a shot for a long time where you couldn't see what was around him.
Yeah.
And so you have this sense of like shame, but did someone see?
Right.
Right? And it felt like we were going to go up and reveal maybe Defoe was standing there watching.
Yeah.
You know?
Or something happening.
Something. Yeah.
And I think that's what it was the motivation, right? The motivation led the shot. Whereas that one pan, there was no motivation. So it did bring me out.
The wind changed.
Wind changed.
Wind changed. Calm before the storm.
That was very ominous.
It was. It really was.
I thought the music was hilarious in this movie.
Man, some of the footage of the sea was crazy.
Yeah, it looked really cool.
Holy crap.
The farts.
That was very funny.
That was very funny.
Yeah.
No,
He passed gas a few times.
No, I know
and
you
was
guys are being sarcastic and all, but it was funny.
I know. It was funny.
It was very
It was very funny.
It was very funny.
Okay, yeah. I guess we'll leave it at that then.
I didn't find the farts funny at all.
Okay.
The first two made me laugh.
They were funny not because they're farts, but they're funny because the guy has so much
they were farts.
because he has so much
funny.
disrespect for the other dude
Yeah.
that he's like, I'm farting in the same room as him doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So the more he does it, the funnier it is because of that dynamic, to me anyway.
You know what's funny is I actually
It's a
thought
bit asinine.
the first fart.
Ass of 9.
What? Ass of 9?
It's a card.
The ass of 9s.
The first fart I laughed at because of how loud it was.
So
It was
it's
a really
just
loud-
straight juvenile laugh.
Yeah, completely juvenile. Yeah, I was like, wow, that's funny.
The audience laughed quite a bit.
They did laugh quite a bit.
when he was farting.
I hated that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, you bunch of immature.
This is an art house
Yeah,
film.
come on,
goddammit.
get out of here. This is an A24 movie. You're laughing at farts? Get the hell out of here.
Farts are not funny. Farts aren't funny.
Not funny. It's a bodily function. Jeez, you're going to laugh because the dude's masturbating too?
It was kind of funny.
That actually was funny.
That was funny. Oh, I could tell you the funniest part of the whole movie was when Robert Pattinson was going to take out the shit and he threw it and it all flew in his face.
That was
was
awesome.
funny.
I loved that scene.
I hated it because it was so obvious.
No,
That
it
was
wasn't.
maybe my least favorite scene. of the
It
movie.
wasn't funny to me though.
It
was.
It didn't make me
It
laugh
was
either.
tragic to me
It didn't. It seemed too obvious.
because he comes all the way out there with these two little bowls. He doesn't have to do that, and he does. He chooses to.
Yeah.
And then the tragedy of him coming all the way out, doing this work and being this
Yeah.
person, and then dumping it.
To
Just
me,
to
that
have
was
it
the
stay
only
back on.
predictable part of the whole movie.
I kept thinking
It's like as
yeah.
soon as he stepped outside and you could hear the wind, I'm like, he's gonna throw that and it's gonna blow in his face.
Yeah.
I actually predicted that one too, and I never predict things.
I still wouldn't care if I predicted it. It was
On the way up,
good.
Predicting
As-
things ruins my. That's what takes me out. That's what ruins it for me. Hate it. Hate predicting
Why?
things. Huh?
Why?
Because my life is too exciting already. I have this level. I'm way up here all the time. So I need my movies to go up here. I need them to surprise me. I need them to shock me so that I feel alive.
Like Ant-Man.
Yes. Why? What? Ant-Man? Was that
You liked Ant-Man, right?
the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that shocking, wasn't that interesting of a movie. And you still liked it.
I don't remember predicting anything in it.
The plot was as simple as
Nope. Stayed ahead of me the whole time.
okay. I guess you choose when a movie decides to do that.
No, it does it to me. I'm on the ride. I'm on along for the ride, man. I don't get to make this stuff up. I'm just a bystander.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about as he was walking up, like before even the wind did that thing to him. I was thinking about the scene in The Big Lebowski when
Over the ashes.
Yeah, with the ashes. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but that was different to me because like the ashes scene is a funny scene because
to
of
be funny.
it's
It
a
is, yeah.
physically funny scene.
I'm not comparing the two.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that the same thing happens essentially in both.
But
of
it's
them.
not the same kind of
Yeah.
dynamic. That's
I was just commenting how I was thinking about that scene as it was happening. I was like, oh yeah, that was a good scene in that movie.
To answer your question more honestly,
Sure.
I have no idea why that bothers me so much,
okay.
but it just does.
It just does.
Yeah. I don't know why.
That's too bad.
If I predict something, I just go, oh, come on. You could have done better than that.
You could have tricked me.
That's what I want.
I love being surprised by movies.
Well, sure, I do too, but it doesn't bother me when I'm predicted. If I predict it and I think it's going to be terrible,
What if
and
you're-
then the terrible thing happens.
What if you predict it like constantly, like the whole movie?
So I did that with, what was we just saw a movie.
Gemini Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty predictable
Yeah.
movie.
It was Gemini Man. Yeah, I predicted everything that happened in that movie, and it didn't draw me out because my expectations were what they
Low.
were. So maybe that's what it was, Kenny. After you're done looking at your phone there.
I'm not looking at my phone.
I'm looking at your phone.
Yeah, you were just saying that about
Gemini Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I think because the expectation was there already.
Yeah.
That I'll probably be able to understand this movie like really easily, so I don't care if I predict anything.
Right.
But I guess going into the Lighthouse, you're expecting another level of
Maybe.
of complexity.
Yeah. Well, like Mother.
Yeah.
Right? If we go back to Mother.
Yeah.
Or even Hereditary. Or even Midsummer. I didn't predict anything for those
Yeah.
films.
Those are very unique films.
Not a thing. And it was just such a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in movies like Blade Runner 2049 was also, I think, a pretty predictable movie.
I don't know. I didn't really feel that
I
way.
didn't feel that way either.
Okay.
Though I think I am actually a pretty unintellectual when it comes to actually viewing a movie.
Unintellectual?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
Like I think I'm realizing that I actually do turn my brain off when I go to watch a movie.
Well,
like I literally
You like feeling the emotions,
Yeah,
right? That's
like-
why you respond to things like screaming into a microphone that is distorting.
Yeah.
Right?
even the most like I couldn't have ever predicted what would happen in Gemini Man.
Yeah.
Watching it, even though in retrospect I'm like, well, I've seen every single point in this movie done before and
Absolutely.
better. you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's just it's funny.
Well,
it's
which-
funny to me when like it almost like
It goes against what your
It's-
philosophy is.
yeah, in a way, yeah. It's like 'cause after watching a movie, I like to have more intellectual discussions of it. But
Yeah.
like I could be the most brainless person like sitting to watch a movie.
I could understand that. I mean, that's why you go into a movie like that's very
Makes you feel
emotional.
very sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just feel sorry for you, Kenny. I feel for you.
I know.
If you
Because
go-
if I had your curse, I would probably lose my mind.
It is a curse.
If you're going into a movie that's very boring and emotionless, and you respond to strong emotion, then it makes sense why you would hate movies like that.
Yeah.
Like The Prodigy or Winchester, where they're just emotionless movies. So I could understand that.
It's the thing that took me the most out of the Joker was
Yeah.
things I could easily predict.
See, so that's really interesting. So both of you guys didn't respond more emotionally to that kind of stuff, like.
Well, he got the
Well,
emotional
well,
response. to Joker.
experiential.
Like, he
I
loved-
like
he
Joker,
he
yeah.
he like got deep into the.
That's what I mean.
Joker.
Yeah, experiential.
I did
stuff,
not.
right? And like logically is how I respond to movies. So that would be a thing right there. It's interesting.
Very interesting.
It is.
We've made a lot of progress here.
We've really got a lot done today.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm sorry. Did we reach a point?
we must
Because we're not supposed to reach points in this. I believe it's just spouting opinions at each other, right?
well no we've reached a point about each of our personal viewing
Oh, you're
psychology.
being genuine.
It's not about the movie at all.
You like movies to make logical sense. You like movies to
I like no,
have strong emotions.
I like movies that
I like
have-
movies that I can't predict.
I like movies that have a string of attachment in them.
No, that's not what you
Not
like.
not logic.
It's not what he likes.
That's not what you like, D.
Sorry, you guys are right. I was lying.
Thank you. You're a big man.
I am.
This is going to cost a lot of money for our group therapist.
Oh, yes.
Like his hourly rate is huge. He's sitting right over there. He doesn't do much.
Thanks, Bob.
Guys, there's just a light over there. There's no
That's
one over
Bob. You see
Bob.
a light? I see a fish man with tentacles.
Bob is the
there. See, I
light.
predicted that. Now I'm bored.
Are you
I
making fun of me?
didn't feel.
I'm making fun of your plight.
Do you mock me?
I do.
Do you mock me? You bite your thumb at me? You bite your thumb at me?
What's up? You were gonna say what?
Was I going to say something?
I can stop this and go back and look.
Please
No, don't do that.
The show must go on.
What's the best black and white movie you've ever seen?
This one.
Are we counting movies that had to be made in black and
Yes.
white?
No.
Yes.
Or movies
Yes.
where they made a choice?
No
Just
no
any
choice.
black
Any
and white
black and white movie
It's a
ever
very
in all time.
Stupid question. It's the dumbest question ever, Taylor.
8.5.
8.5. That's a good choice.
No. Bicycle Thief is my favorite.
Oh, that's a great film. I love Bicycle Thief.
Those are both good films. I don't maintain it's a very dumb question.
I'm just asking.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite
What's your-
projected movie?
What's your-
Projected
Yeah,
movie?
movies that they can project.
What's your favorite color?
Probably
Color
Eyes Wide
movie.
Shut.
What's your favorite color movie?
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, right. That was easy.
That's actually my favorite film. So
What if it was in black and white?
Ooh, that'd be bad.
then it wouldn't be my favorite
Wouldn't
color
be his
film.
favorite.
Yeah. What's your favorite 3D movie?
Favorite 3D movie.
That's actually really easy to answer.
What's your favorite 4:3 aspect ratio movie?
Oh, probably like
what's
Modern
your favorite?
Times.
What's your favorite Cinescope?
2001: Space Odyssey.
He's got a lot of favorites.
You do.
I can't answer any favorite questions. You're like, what's your favorite color? And I'm like, do you know how many colors there are? Jeez.
Periwinkle.
And I'm colorblind. So.
What's your? Never mind.
What's your favorite pizza?
What's your favorite? Oh, yeah, what kind of pizza is this movie?
Are we to that?
Yeah.
46 minutes in.
Who's gonna go first?
You're gonna go first.
Me? Okay. 4.5 stars.
That's not a pizza.
Yeah, it is. Who are you to say that's
It's a
not
4.5
pizza?
star
That's true.
pizza.
That's true.
Don't judge.
Yeah.
I can't.
4.5 star pizza. Like it's a pizza place on like.
That's not a pizza.
Like if you rate
No. That's not a pizza. That's a rating.
the pizza is 4.5 stars
God damn it, Taylor.
with anchovies.
This was a pizza that looked like
Have you
the
had an
Lighthouse.
anchovy pizza?
No,
Sounds horrible.
it does
to me.
sound terrible, but it's 4.5 stars.
Well, okay. All right. So the pizza rating has just gone out the window now.
No. The pizza is 4.5 star.
No, you got to
pizza.
describe what it is.
Okay. It's black and white.
The black and white pizza.
It's
Ew.
black and white pizza.
That sounds gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has
It's all gray.
Yeah,
Grayscale.
It's fuzzy.
It's molding.
Yeah, it's molding.
Neat.
Sounds like a bad movie.
It's
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
It's a square. It has no crust.
The movie wasn't a square, by the way.
But the pizza is.
the pizza's
All right,
square.
fine.
The pizza
Pizza's
is a
a square.
square. All
Okay,
right.
fine.
There's no crust. There's no cheese. There's no sauce. It's actually just like this, like cracker.
Why is this movie? You are throwing out the pizza rating. Come on, man. This is supposed to be a real thing. People come to our show. They expect a certain level of professionalism. They
They need a pizza,
need
Taylor.
Okay.
an
All right,
honest
all right.
pizza rating.
Honest pizza rating. Okay, this is a very, 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 very delicious
Thank
pepperoni
you.
pizza.
Thank you.
It's like a Costco pizza. Basically, it's like the best Costco pizza.
Thank you.
Is that what you're happy?
I guess. I mean, I don't think Costco pizza is that good.
Yeah, I don't either.
okay,
Yeah.
I love Costco pizza.
All right,
I
fine.
love Costco
Fine.
pizza.
Okay. As
Yeah,
long as you put it that way.
As long as you like
Like
it.
the
yeah.
deli, not like the take and bake frozen ones, but like you
Yeah,
go
I
to
know
the
what
deli
you-
and
yes.
you get the
It's not
Costco
that good.
slice.
We know what
it's
you
damn
mean.
good, all right.
It's not that good.
It is.
It's very average.
No,
It's
it's
average?
not. No,
Yeah.
it's good. Like a good one. Not even like so. There's the average. so they're all good. They're always good, but
Right.
sometimes they do it extra good. Like where there's like that good grease.
It's like a slow day, so they put extra.
Yeah, they're like
love
might as
into
well
it.
make a really good one.
Might as well.
Or if I dare to branch out from pizza.
No.
Wait a minute. We don't have
This
time for that.
is
We're running
this
out of
movie
time.
is a double from In-N-Out.
I don't know what that means.
I think you've really gone a
Am I
little
stretching a little bit?
too far.
Okay, I'm done.
You mean a pizza with double doubles on it?
Please stop dropping our microphones.
I'm sorry.
We wonder why our equipment's breaking.
What is your pizza?
Okay, so sort of a Chicago style where we have a cornmeal deep dish crust, just artisan handmade sauce, cheese, toppings, and on top of that, you're very hungry.
Oh yeah,
So it's just awesome.
this is great pizza all around.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep, I'm happy I ate this pizza.
Awesome.
Me
No
too.
regrets. No weird stuff, just perfect.
I'd eat that pizza too.
Yeah, hell yeah, right. We're sharing pizza, me and you.
Oh yeah.
Me and you are eating pizza together.
This was a high-rise deep dish pizza
Oh.
in one of those thick pans
Yeah, it's nice.
where it's all greasy and good stuff, and
Yeah,
you
you're
got some
gonna
good
save that
toppings
crust,
on it.
dip it in the sauce
You
later.
do,
You know
you
what I'm
do.
talking about?
You do. So you get one of these slices out, and it's like
Yeah.
cheese stretchy and everything, and you're like, I've had this pizza before. I think it's gonna be pretty good. And take a bite. It's pretty good.
Hey,
All right.
And Kenny, why are you on the floor?
I'm looking for my keys.
I can't.
There it is.
William Dafoe
is
should be
just-
the
Oh, dude,
would
William
be.
Dafoe as Palpatine.
As Palpatine. He'd be
Damn,
great.
He would do good.
he would be
Say,
like I
"Don't
want that Star
spill
Wars
your
now.
beans."
Don't spill your beans. You're not a Jedi. Kylo, don't spill your beans, Kylo.
Kylo. Ray, give me your beans.
I want your beans, Ray.
Please, no.